On the 39th day of the Israeli war against Gaza, Israel continues targeting thousands of innocent civilians with air and military airstrikes, besides ground forces. It leveled tens of buildings on earth without any warning to the inhabitants from the early beginning of the war. The Israeli military operation was described as ethnic cleansing and genocide war. Israel, through its propaganda, always publishes fake claims about Hamas using hospitals for military operation against Israel. Yesterday, the Israeli spokesman claimed that they found pieces of evidence of tunnels under the hospital used by Hamas. As a result, the majority of those hospitals were devastated, and medical staff who were trapped in hospitals were killed, and in many cases, snipers fired at any movement inside hospitals. Also, the lack of fuel that provides electricity to incubators caused deaths for dozens of infants, newborns, besides other patients in the ICU. Moreover, injured persons bleed until they face death. Stray dogs started attacking Palestinian dead bodies piled in various hospitals. Medical staff tried to bury them in the yards, but they failed. Families continue looking for their loved ones beneath the rubble. They find scattered or decomposed bodies, and rarely they find surviving ones. Israel refused truce to exchange prisoners, as Abu Obaid, Hamas spokesman, said in his speech just yesterday. He said, "We told Qatari mediators the group was ready to release up to 70 women and children held in Gaza in return for a 5-day truce with Israel." Last week, there was an effort from the Qatari brothers to release the enemy captives from women and children in return for the release of 200 Palestinian children and 75 women detained by the enemy. Israel, through its panic striking, wants to wipe up, eliminate, and uproot Hamas from Gaza. The death toll rises every day, which means no safe place or shelter for any person in any part of Gaza. For example, Israel directed civilians for forced displacement by forcing them to move from the northern part of Gaza to southern one, which they called safe zone, then targeted them with heavy bombardments, killing and injuring large numbers of them. In the West Bank, people followed the war with daily standings, demonstrations, and protests, chanting in supporting words and Palestinian national song. They ask and call all human associations in the world to force Israel to cease fire and finish the painful war. Internationally, protests have increased in many Arab and non-Arab capitals all over the world. In many cases, they put huge numbers of symbolic coffins and march in the place as a kind of solidarity with Palestinians. The coming days will be tough for people in Gaza who live without food, fuel, water, and electricity. The local and international pressure may lead to ceasefire the coming days. Fateen Obaid, Nablus.